What's going on? Casa here with episode 2 of my in-depth build analysis for Nioh 2. Before we get started, if you enjoy what you're watching, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share my content. All your support is thoroughly appreciated and only helps my channel grow. In the first episode, I spoke about core stats and how they essentially were the foundation of our build, similar to the foundation of a home. And just like any home, it's got 4 walls and a roof as well. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about one of the first walls, which are your weapons. Your weapon loadout is going to consist of your main weapon, secondary weapon, and then 2 ranged weapons. What's amazing about Nioh 2 is the amount of variety available when it comes to choosing what kind of weapons you want to use. The ranged weapons are pretty simple in terms of, versatility. You got a cannon, you have a rifle, and then you also have your bow and arrow. The melee weapons are going to be primarily what you do your damage with. Now, you do have 11 weapons to choose from, and seeing as I'm not trying to make this video super duper long, I'm just going to focus more so on the weapons that I like to use. Now, how I choose my weapon is based on the kind of mystic art the weapon has. In addition to everything that came out with DLC 2, Darkness in the Capital, we were also given access to Mysticdyads. A Mysticdyad, if you aren't already familiar, essentially enables both mystic arts for the corresponding weapon. So in this case, I got Exorcist Fist, and on my scroll, I have Mysticdyad Fist. And like I said before, what it does is it enables both the mystic arts for that weapon. Now, I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for me. And personally, I don't think all the mystic arts are great. As I mentioned earlier, you got 11 weapons to choose from in this game. But again, like I said, personal opinion, I don't think all 11 weapons have a great combination of mystic arts. So real quick, I'll show you which weapons I use in this game based on the mystic arts that they have. Now keep in mind, the mystic arts aren't the only primary factor that determines the kind of weapon that I use. You'll start to notice as I go down the list of which weapons I use that in addition to a good combination of mystic arts, the speed at which I can inflict damage is also very important too. You see I got the ninja skin on, I got the A agility. If you watch any of my videos, you already know I'm all about fast. So to start things off, let's talk about the dual swords. As far as the mystic arts are concerned, you got momentum, which reduces the key usage as you continue to attack the enemy. Firm resolve gives you a defensive buff as you continue to attack the enemy. As far as I'm concerned, that is a perfect combination in terms of mystic arts to have Mysticdyad for. You get key reduction, damage reduction. Can't be beat. The next weapon on this list is going to be my all-time favorite, Kusurigama, #KusGod. Waxing Crescent and Shooting Star give the sickle and weight of the Kusurigama an attack damage buff, a key damage buff, and also reduce the amount of key used while attacking as well. Yo, if you need for me to explain to you why the Mysticdyad for this particular weapon is absolutely insane and should definitely be one that you use, it's totally okay. We weren't all meant for greatness. With all that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next weapon, which is going to be the Tonfa. Between Apocalypse and Kanagi, you get increased attack as you're constantly hitting the enemy, and then you could cancel out of any active skill using the Demon Dance. As far as I'm concerned, in addition to the fact that this weapon is ridiculously powerful because of Devastation and Tonfa Gun, you also get a buff while you're attacking, and you can cancel out of combos. I mean, what more do I need to say? Now, this next weapon, not a huge fan of it. Not because it's not a good weapon, but literally because I'm not a fan of weapons that scale with magic over dexterity. I know, silly, but Again, this is all personal preference. It doesn't change the fact that the Mystic Arts combination that it has is pretty good, and we're going to be talking about the Hatchets. So the Hatchets have Tireless Throw and Train Throw. One of them allows you to perform a charged throw that deal more damage and get a damage bonus if you throw the hatchet at the right time. And then Tireless Throw essentially eliminates the a distance penalty that was once there if you didn't have Tireless Throw active, obviously. Now, in terms of a Mysticdyad is concerned, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can throw and get a bonus to your damage if you release it at the right time, and regardless of distance, it's going to do the same damage. It's a pretty good combination as far as I'm concerned. This next weapon is in the same boat as the Hatchets. Unfortunately, the magic scaling just doesn't do it for me, and that's going to be the Split Staff. Now, Law of Largis, I hope I'm saying that right, in addition to Law of Lethality, essentially give you increased hits and more damage, and also extend the range of those hits. So a weapon that's already got plenty of range and is pretty damn powerful with the Mysticdyad is now given more power, more hits, and more range. Like I said, if it's scaled with anything else beside magic, it would definitely be a surefire primary weapon in most of my setups, but that magic scaling, it just doesn't do it for me. Now, the last weapon on this list is going to be the Fist. Gong extends the Unbroken skill. Unbold reduces your ki consumption as long as you are, using your skills against somebody who sees you. The reason why I like this combination so much is because, first and foremost, Unbroken is already pretty broken, especially if you're using it in combination with Amino Uzume and Susano Versatility and Death Dancer. I mean, once you get those, if you're able to get all 3 stacks up to 9, bro, the damage is stupid. Then Unbold, reduced ki consumption. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. As long as you're attacking an enemy, your ki consumption is reduced. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, before I finish, as far as the ranged weapons are concerned, I mean, this is all really just personal preference. As I mentioned earlier in the video, your bow and arrow is gonna hit really, really fast. Like you can shoot arrows really, really fast with the bow and arrow, but it's just not gonna be as powerful unless you're getting a headshot. The rifle is in between. It's the most balanced out of the 3 weapons. It's got plenty of power and plenty of speed. And then the cannon is, it's a cannon. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it does stupid amounts of damage, and you also get a slight burn accumulation when you're using cannon as well. But unfortunately, you're stuck when you're literally stuck in place while using it in the kneeled position. So if you miss a shot or whatever the case is, you can get punished really quick. With all that being said, I think now's as good a time as any to wrap things up. As I mentioned earlier, I'm trying my best to make sure that these videos are not super duper long, but at the same time, very informative. So hopefully these videos have been helping, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. If y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns, you already know what to do. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful evening. Casa, out.